How many of you have felt your departed grandmother especially close while sitting under the Christmas tree? Or sensed your late father's presence during Christmas Eve service? Maybe you've had a dream where a loved one who passed away visited you with a message of love during the holiday season. If you experience this, I want you to know something very important. There is a profound spiritual reason why we can feel our loved ones in spirit draw close during the holiday season. It is a sacred time. I'm Claire Falcon, and I'm a psychic medium, teacher of intuition, and someone who has witnessed this phenomenon year after year in my work, from clients all over the world, regardless of religion, regardless of background, regardless of where they are. Every Christmas season, I hear these heartfelt stories. People feeling their departed loved ones draw near, receiving dream visitations, experiencing undeniable signs and messages from those they thought they'd lost forever. Today, I want to explain to you why exactly this happens. We're going to explore the spiritual mechanics, the actual energetic and vibrational reasons that make Christmas one of the most powerful times of year for spirit connection. We'll look at the ancient wisdom and collective human memory that amplifies this sacred portal. And I'll give you practical ways to consciously work with this energy, both in your waking life and through your dreams. By the end of our time together, you understand why the Christmas spirit is more than just a lovely phrase. It's an actual energetic reality that facilitates communication between the physical world and the world of spirit, what I like sometimes to call the unseen world and the seen world. You know how to invite these sacred encounters and recognize when your loved ones are reaching out to you with love, encouragement, and messages of hope. This is what I want to gift to you for the Christmas season. Let's dive into this beautiful mystery together. Let me start by explaining something fundamental about how spirit connection actually works. You've heard me talk about it many times before. But the reason we're able to feel the love of our departed loved ones during the Christmas season, the reason we feel so inclined to remember them and connect with them during this season, is because the entire emotional energy of Christmas carries a very specific vibration. It's like an energetic code. Think about this. Christmas, by and large, has an energy signature of love, peace, and joy. You see it on your Christmas cards. You hear it in songs and hymns. You feel it in the stories that are told, in the school musicals, or perhaps the concerts that you attend from your own children, in the movies we watch, hello Hallmark, and even in the traditions we keep. And this matters more than you might realize, because these aren't just pleasant emotions, they're actual vibrational frequencies. When we connect to the feelings of Christmas, when we remember sharing those moments of love and joy as children, teenagers, and adults, growing up in our human lives, we're doing something profound on an energetic level. Here's what's really happening. The emotional vibration, those energy signatures of love, peace, and joy I spoke about, allow us to elevate and expand our own awareness, our own consciousness. And this is crucial because our loved ones who have now died a physical death, but reside in the world of spirit, they are pure energy based. They're no longer in the dense physical matter of the human body. And so when we raise our vibration through these higher emotions, we can connect to them with greater ease. And guess what? They have the ability to connect with us with greater ease as well. It's almost like a meeting in the middle. The energy signature of the emotion, the vibration itself, carries us to meet them. Think of them sometimes as emotional bridges. This is also why you'll often feel loved ones come close under the Christmas tree while sipping eggnog, a hot chocolate, reminiscing on Christmases past. That's why when you visit church on Christmas Eve, everyone is thinking of their loved ones, grandmom and granddad, cousins who have gone, loved ones who have gone too early, pets, neighbors, friends, you name it. We are individually and collectively all entering into a vibrational state carried by this energetic signature of the emotion of love. Even the memory of the emotion of love, meaning just remembering what it felt like to share Christmas morning with your grandmother, carries us there. Let me reference the great American psychic Edgar Cayce, who said something profound. Mind is the builder. What he meant is that when you begin thinking about these things, you are connecting to a vibratory force. When you remember the love shared with grandmom at Christmas, when you recall going to Mass at midnight with a family, going to church, seeing your neighbors all gathered on Christmas Day, you're not just having nice thoughts. These are very pleasant in and of themselves, but you are literally raising your consciousness through the vehicle of your mind. Mind is the builder. Through this elevated state, we become expanded. Our awareness and consciousness has a much easier time expanding and becoming aware as a result. It literally becomes easier for our loved ones in spirit to reach us. Now, I want you to understand something powerful. Even if your loved ones passed many years ago, the emotional vibration of Christmas really knows no time. It creates a bridge that is timeless. The activities we think of as simply nice holiday traditions, decorating the Christmas tree, putting up the lights, preparing special treats for the family, cooking your favorite recipes, taking peaceful morning walks in the snow, attending candlelight services, these aren't just sentimental. They're consciousness expanding practices that literally create and really design and cultivate the conditions for spirit connection. Here's another layer to this that I absolutely find fascinating as someone who loves to study history, but also as a practicing psychic medium. It has to do with the energetic understanding of Christmas and what it means for individuals, but also what it means for the world and for society and the human condition throughout history. You see, we've had a fascination with what can only be called a supernatural time period or supernatural connection during Christmas time. And because it's something we've collectively considered to be special or mystical, a really deeply sacred time of year for centuries, that collective recognition creates an energetic reality that we can still tap into today. You even hear people say the Christmas spirit, and they're right. They may not recognize what it is. They may not know the full depths of it, but everyone can get behind the sentiment of the Christmas spirit. Let me give you some examples of how this understanding has shown up throughout history and across cultures. We see it depicted in films that have been remade through the ages, the 1930s, the 50s, the 70s, right up to the 2000s. And believe me, Hallmark and others have really made a lot of money off of it. But one of the greatest examples actually is something that many of you love to tune into. It's Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Do you remember the scene where Scrooge is visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future? This is literally the spirits of Christmas. This is the supernatural time period that we have collectively been fascinated for the ages. This wasn't just Dickens' imagination, although he was tapping into something that was quite beautiful. He was also tapping into a really deep understanding. The Victorians had a whole tradition of telling ghost stories at Christmas. You'll often see pictures where they're sitting by the fireplace. You'll often hear tales of allow us to connect to the ghosts of Christmas, as it's often portrayed as. This was natural to them as decorating a tree is to us. You see it in pagan traditions, in Scandinavian cultures, in Northern Europe. And here's an example of one that's fascinated me for a long time. In Scandinavia, they have a tradition on Christmas Eve that animals, for a certain time period, 24 to 48 hours, have the ability to talk. And if you listen carefully, and maybe sometimes you even want to avoid it, as often the folk tales tell, you can hear them prophesize for the coming year. You have it in the wild hunt of Odin across the sky that the Vikings and others foretold in their folklore. You have it in the celebration of Yule. You have it in ancient pagan traditions. It is happening deeply, and it's happening around an energetic, important time, which of course is the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. So what we have now is not only energetically, meaning that we have astrological occurrences happening, meaning that certain shifts are happening in the heavens to allow different energy patterns to come in. But also what's happening is this collective consciousness that has responded and connected to Christmas also as a supernatural period. We have collectively and energetically linked into that as humans, and that has been passed down through the ages. It has a long memory in the collective understanding of who we are as humans. Because of that, and because of the relics of that understanding that have been passed down through time, it's really for us in 2025, as I'm recording this, to connect with this energy and understanding because of the presence that it's had. That's why you'll hear in certain Swedish or Finnish cultures that they talk about storytelling around this time period. There's also a fascination of life and death, about souls crossing from the world of the so-called dead into the world of living, something that those cultures believe happens during this supernatural time period. You also can trace these understandings back to even early as the 9th century. And there's a reason also in our collective understanding for the powerful supernatural forces at play here. This is by and large in the Northern Hemisphere a period of darkness. It's a period of hibernation for many. It's a period at 5 p.m. and it feels like midnight. The longest night of the year even occurs right around Christmas, which is the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, on December the 21st. So telling stories to each other along the fire of this time period where things are dark and we come close to those we love is really a part of our collective consciousness. And even as human beings walking around in 2025, living in a modern world, electrical lights, smartphones, we have the ability to connect to this ancient pattern. It has been handed down through the ages. Your consciousness holds that memory, perhaps even from different human incarnations. Maybe you have even experienced a Victorian incarnation. Maybe you have experienced a Finnish one. And somewhere deep within your soul memory lies the embers of what it means to connect to that supernatural force. Of course, it also means that you as a human being walking around, even if you had no intel or intelligence about it, you can become more aware of the unseen forces around you because this has been passed down in the collective human consciousness and the memory of what it means to experience the human condition. So when we enter Christmas time, it's easier to touch with the supernatural unseen forces. Through energetic shifts, the vibration of love, we have the ability to not only connect with our loved ones in spirit that love to come close with us at Christmas time, but we also have the ability to connect through our soul to the unseen forces around this world, to tap into our intuition, to see the unseen, and to really allow our intuition to guide us. It's an incredibly special time of year, and it's incredibly spirited in the truest sense of the word. So how can you work as a human being sitting in 2025 with this energy consciously? How do you invite these sacred connections with your loved ones in spirit? How do you link in with your awareness of this supernatural time period that is Christmas, that is the time between times, that really weird period that we all experience between Christmas, New Year's, and then the coming, approaching New Year? Really, the greatest understanding that you can give yourself is to understand the energetic codes that are all around you, the vibrations, if you will, that you can choose to think about using the vehicle of consciousness, maybe gathered together first by your mind, to connect to this reflective, beautiful spirit time period. Let's get a little bit practical here so that you can experiment. When you sit under the Christmas tree with your family, allow yourself to fully feel the love present in that moment. Take a moment of silence, without words, without needing to talk about it. Just feel the presence of love all around you. When you're preparing those special treats for your family, cooking Christmas breakfast or Christmas dinner, do it with intention and awareness. When you take an early Christmas morning stroll through the snow watching the birds, allow the peace and the stillness that is around you to enter into your awareness. These things all around us, the supernatural world, the energetic codes that are here during this time period, the animals in nature feel it too. Allow the environment that you're in, through a beautiful connection to nature, to really be the bridge so that you can open up your awareness. Truth be told, these are lovely activities, but they're also portals. They are doorways into expanded consciousness, and they are here for every single human being. Now, when you do this, here's what you might find. A bird suddenly comes to your window and looks at you, stops and pauses, and you feel in your bones that it's a message from a loved one. Aunt Rachel, who passed away 25 years ago. Maybe it's your cousin Tom that passed away only 5 years ago. Or maybe it's an uncle that only recently passed. And you just know in your bones and in your soul awareness that it's them. Trust that knowing. That's your expanded awareness, making a real connection through the ever-present vibration of love. But I want to talk also about one of the most powerful ways during the Christmas season, and that's also through your dreams. The same way that you connect to energetic signatures by thinking about the loved ones that you have surrounding you at Christmas time, or the memory of those who have passed, or even really just the quiet stillness that you can find. That same thing happens when you sleep. And so the conscious mind, as you all know, I'm an avid teacher of dream work, the day in, day out personality mind is firmly placed to the side. And so when you're daydreaming right before you fall asleep, When you're thinking about Christmas has gone by with your friends, with your family, allow your mind to drift into an awareness that a loved one can come close to you during a dream, that they can come and feel your energetic soul in a dream and relay messages of love, talk to you, speak to you, come close to you. Allow it to happen in awareness that you can connect to the vibratory forces of love around the Christmas season. They love to come near you at Christmas. Each and every Christmas time, I hear countless stories of those who saw something out of the corner of their eye, had a dream visitation as I just spoke about, or just felt an overarching presence at dinner or in the candlelight service at church of a loved one that was no longer here. And it is through this beautiful love feeling that they have the ability to come really close to you. The spirit of family under the Christmas tree will help you. The memory of Christmas times gone past of yesteryear will act as an emotional, energetic bridge. Feeling the stillness at a candlelight service will help you. Or just stretching into the awareness that this is your birthright to be able to do this. And so what you might find is that you have a dream where someone comes close to you. You have a feeling that you love to tell people then of feeling the spirit of someone really close to you as you're walking out, sensing everything's around you. Or you might have your own mystical encounter that allows you to understand that these supernatural forces that have been handed down throughout time are a real experience to be had. They are not the thing just to read about. They are not the thing just to fantasize about. They are an actual uncovering of the mysteries of the world that you as a soul, temporarily incarnating in 2025, can have anytime that you want to. This is the time period to be able to touch your awareness. This is the time period where, especially if this year has maybe been a struggle for you, or if it's been overwhelming, maybe there's been some ups and downs. Lay those down and ask those that have loved you and cherished you from a child, as an adult, as a teenager, you name it, to come through to you. And allow the love, the peace, the openness, allow that to be the bridge so that they can come and whisper, give you a sense of emotional feeling that they are there, or simply allow you to feel a pervading peace of what maybe has been a tumultuous year for you. The expansion of your consciousness through these energetic bridges that I've spoken about will allow them to whisper words of encouragement to you. They stand beside you. They want to inspire you, and they want to be a part of this beautiful season still with you. Christmas creates a natural portal for spirit connection. These are beautiful forces at work. We have had centuries of individuals talking about this. We have folklore to go back to. When these two forces combine, our consciousness naturally expands during the season, making it much easier to experience the mysteries of this world. And so I invite you at this Christmas time, in the wonderful in-between state of the world, in the awareness that the supernatural forces handed down through folklore, through time, are there as a reminder of the powerful energetic forces that are all around you. Allow the love that you share at the family table to take you there. Allow the love of your children, of your neighbors, of your friends to embrace you in such a spirit, and to allow you to understand that these are the birthrights of your soul. May you always understand that this time of year is the ability for your soul to connect with spirit. Your loved ones are never truly gone, friends. It is just a different state of being. And this Christmas, this sacred time of year, is one of the most beautiful opportunities to feel their presence, to receive their love, and to know with certainty that that bond you share transcends physical death. Until next time, friends, may you walk in the awareness of spirit that surrounds you always, and may you have a very Merry Christmas.